Niners! Let me throw that punch like Dre Greenlaw in that video. I didn't do that, Mike Tyson. Did you check that out? It's Friday night. Let's get pumped about the 49ers. Everything I'm seeing now is starting to, because 11 days left before the action gets underway. The tryouts, the guys trying and vying for a spot for one of the most legendary franchises in NFL history. It's time. It's time. It was Vader. Vader. 49er legends Jerry Rice, Steve Young. They say it's time. They believe that the 49ers should be thinking right now it's Super Bowl time. And they're damn right. It has been for a while now, actually. Because, man, when you think about it, all the years the 49ers have been in contention to win the Super Bowl, it had little to do with being outplayed by anybody they played. The 49ers have beaten themselves. 2019, they beat themselves in the Super Bowl. And in the ensuing NFC CGs, they beat themselves in both. And you know it. Fans who we played, they know it. Now, maybe I might withdraw that for the Eagles game because they didn't even get a chance to beat themselves. Well, you know, a lot of people are blaming the right side protection. Could be another faux pas, but it had nothing to do with the other team because, you know, they've got to find a way to stop shooting themselves in the foot at exactly the wrong time. Good Lord. But when you look at how the Niners are currently assembled while making comparisons around the NFC, it's tough to imagine a team failing to get to the 2024 finale. There are only a couple of teams that appear to have the capability to deal with the Niners' awesome display of power. You and I both know that. It's true. This is not vision through red and gold glasses. This is, if you could think of a team tonight other than the Eagles, and the Eagles are getting a little too much love. You cannot water down a powerful roster like that and expect them to come out of the Super Bowl, which already in itself has some kind of effect on the following year. Ask the Rams. Classic example. But what happens should not be, I'm telling you right now, I don't see another team. So tonight we're going to the phones after going over Hall of Famers Rice and Young's vision of finally collecting Lombardi number 6. Put the franchise in a 3-way tie with the greatest in Super Bowl history. It's so time. Fam. Oh, by the way, look at the base of the screen. You'll see the pin number also located there. You can just call in and give us some of what you're thinking. We'd love to hear from you. Fam, here's the thing, though. Robbie Gould, it just came out just a little over an hour ago. Robbie Gould told NBC Sports Bay Area this week that he wished to remain with the franchise. But the Niners showed no interest in retaining him for a seventh season. Remember the reports we were getting? They didn't sound like this. This comes from Matt Mayoko. He doesn't make these things up normally. No, he just does it. Robbie said from the American Century Championship at the Edgewood Tahoe Resort, where I imagine he's playing golf. He said, I would have loved to have gone back there. I told them I wanted to go back there. We never got an offer from the team, and we never had a conversation about coming back, unquote. That's how we heard. You know, though, what we did hear was not from the 49ers' mouths. You never heard from John Lynch. Did you hear anything from John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan? I never remember hearing anything from either one of those guys about Robbie. We kept thinking, Robbie will come around. Robbie will come around. I mean, the word was out there that Robbie's asking for too much damn money. Now we hear this. I often wonder in certain situations who's telling the truth, but this doesn't sound like something you need to make up. I think Robbie might have wanted to come back, but the 49ers moved in another direction quietly and silently and made it look as if and let Robbie. So, you know what, Kyle, somebody could have came out and said, and the 49ers just don't want you all up in all their business is what the problem is. We're considering Robbie Gould has done a great job for us, as you know, in the past, and we'll be forever grateful to him for all the efforts that he put in, putting us in a position to We title contenders just about every year he was here. But we're thinking now we might want to move on in another direction. Just, Kyle, go ahead and be honest with us, okay? Don't have the media lying on Robbie. I had a feeling about Robbie there for a minute, and it was unwarranted. I don't want to feel bad about Robbie. Robbie helped us out too much. I really don't. Anyway, how do you feel about that, fam? You can add that to tonight's conversation as well. As I say, that report is not what we heard prior till today. Anyway, fam, Jerry Rice, the greatest receiver of all time, was used to discuss the expectations for the San Francisco team during the upcoming season. The GOAT told the San Francisco Chronicle to win it all. That's it. Unquote. Jerry has been part of these championship teams, fam. So he knows what a top caliber team should look like. If anybody knows, it's him. And when he looks at this year's Niners crew, he sees all the right ingredients for a Super Bowl run. Niners have participated in 2 Super Bowls since Jerry's time with the team, but the team fell short in each contest. Never mind that, though. JR believes this season could be and should be different. JR, with no hesitation or pause, said, quote, "We've got it on defense. We've got it on offense." How many times have we said that? Have we said that over and over? We are you just don't compare the 49ers offense and now a defense and now the offense? There are no excuses, man. They should go into training camp thinking Super Bowl, unquote. Jerry, you're absolutely right. Amen to that. The Niners have a lot of playmakers on offense. JR is a fan of the Niners receiver group, of course, specifically Brandon Ayuk, the club's leading receiver last season. JR, like most of us, agree, said of Ayuk's improvement, quote, "I think it was his route running. He embarrasses people. He makes them look foolish, as if, why did you even join the NFL? You're not worthy." That's what Ayuk does to defenders. He goes on to say he's probably the best route runner with the 49ers. Hell, Ayuk may actually be one of the best route runners in the league. I say that with no shame. He goes on to say, "I think when it comes down to actually running routes, Brandon is so much better." Steve Young, who was JR's teammate, fellow Hall of Famer and quarterback during the 49ers' last Super Bowl win, dating back nearly 3 decades. Rudy, shut up. Just shut that hell up. Also acknowledges that his former team has had opportunities in recent years and couldn't seal the deal. True. The good guys have been to the NFC Championship game in 3 of the last 4 seasons. It's you don't need to lose all of the fam. It is embarrassing, actually, to a degree. And that's to say, it's not about how they lost. No, that is how they lost. It's not about having gotten there, but it's how they came out and how that could have been prevented easily. Of course, having what you need to continue to be on top is, the hope is to make it 4 of the last 5 seasons on the way to the Super Bowl 58 in Vegas, with finally bringing home that elusive, that trophy that has escaped time after time after time through the most idiotic mistakes. This is what I can't get over. I just can't. And that's why we couldn't sleep. You lost. It took months to get over. Every time we've lost, we had the game. We had the damn game. Why did we just give it back? Young said earlier this week, quote, "We had a window for 4 or 5 years now where we have it all. Let's go get it." Steve has always been a Kyle Shanahan fan. He loves Shanahan's play calling. Steve has often said that if he were to pick a system to play in today, it would be Shanahan's because of how many options he gives a quarterback. Young said, while taking a shot at Dallas, quote, "Well, got such a Woody reading this. The Niners have a head coach who was as innovative as anybody in the league. At a time when the Cowboys last year are running 2015 plays and don't have a chance." Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Kyle leans in. Let me continue. Steve says Kyle leans in and figures out ways to make it better for quarterbacks. So we're ahead of the game already right there. And then there we have as good a roster as anybody. It's not perfect, but it's as good as anybody, unquote. Damn right. Here, fam, you know what? This is why one of the reasons why when people start saying, "Yeah, they got film and they got tape on the quarterback." See, this is why I've always said, this is Kyle Shanahan. You can have all the film and tape on the QB you want to. That's going to play a very small role in your ability to defend against Kyle Shanahan's offense. It's just not going to happen. You see, the 49ers beat you with a team offense. It's not about the quarterback. Not completely. To a degree, yes, but not completely. You can't get tape on the whole team. You can, individually, but that's not what Kyle does. He throws it all in a pot, stirs it up, starts throwing the seasoning in there, a little bit at a time, the thing is, you could go ahead and see what Kyle's cooking all you want to, but what are you going to do about it? You just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know where they're going to strike. It's just, that's why I've never worried about. Yeah, they got a book on the quarterback now. Let them have that book. Go ahead, read it over and over. But a lot of things hinge on the health of Brock Purdy. There's no doubt about that. Who suffered a torn UCL in his right elbow during the NFC Championship game. And while the Niners are hopeful that BP will be ready in time for the start of the regular season, Steve, like many of us, talks about BP with a more cautious tone and expresses confidence in the currently designated backups, who are now Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. For now. Now, that could change by opening day. Lance has started only 4 NFL games, and entering last season as starter, but suffered a season-ending ankle injury during week 2 as we watched in horror. There's been plenty of trade talk, mostly rumors this offseason surrounding Trey. Through it all, he's been, I'm cool, man. I'm here to work, okay? So, y'all can start this stuff talking all that you want to. I'm just glad the media backs off him now. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. So you just stop attacking that kid, Unless you bring somebody as Key and Peele's anger representative to talk for him, because he's not going to get mad. He's an intelligent kid. He's only going to answer quietly and politely. I want somebody, what in the hell do y'all keep asking me that for? You seen me go down last year. I ain't played enough ball for you to make no final decisions. You got to have, don't let them pick at you. You need your anger management, dude. Baby. Trey, I'll come in and do that for you for like $20 an episode, because I like getting at the media about stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, until they throw me out. But Steve has always been a huge fan of Trey and believes he should stick with the Niners as long as possible. Steve believes and said, quote, "You've got to play and get in the groove and then get kicked in the teeth to figure out how to get through that. If I was Trey, do not leave here. Fight, claw, figure out a way to get on the field with the team. You'll find out how good you are," unquote. No lies have been detected. More from JR, who knows the championship windows don't last forever. The 49ers have to take advantage of theirs while they can. And stop with the mistakes. Niners, stop with the mistakes at the last minute. You got about 2, 5, 3, 4 minutes to go, and you find a way to lose these games. Jerry had a quote. That's why the mindset should be, we're going to win it now. You don't want to come out and say that, but you've got to have the confidence we have all the pieces right now. Unquote. Fam, are Rice and Young on drugs? Or are you also sold on what appears on paper to be a solid fact? That this is that year. Everything is in place to hoist that Lombardi. It is so past time. Should have got one during the Harbaugh era. That would have been 6. It was right there. Have had 3 opportunities since Kyle came and botched all of them. Rudy, don't say nothing, man, because you know what? You got one lucky trophy, all right? Just stop pounding your stupid chest, because we're coming to get you. By the way, you will be buried 6 feet under this year, and you will stay down for years. Yeah, Rudy, Rudy running around. Yeah, you guys better win it this year, man, because we got 11 picks next year, all including a first-round draft pick. Rudy, you know how long it takes to build that fashion? Do you really know? Stop talking stupid. Okay, I'm going to make a promise not to let him get me riled up. I'm going to stop going to Twitter for a while and see how that does. It's much healthier anyway. Go in there and get mad all the time. Hey, Mark.
Hello?
Mark, Mark, get in here, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
We're talking about the Super Bowl. Jerry Rice and Steve Young have explained carefully as to why it's time to stop botching up these opportunities and take the damn ring. Mark, do you agree with that, or do you think it's a little premature? Shall we be patient, relax, and wait? Mark, you in the IR? You okay?
Oh no, I was clocking in. You gotta make some money.
Okay.
But
I thought that was your pulse and blood pressure beat. Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
oh yeah. But yeah, they're absolutely right. Ronbo, I was on because the younger crowd we a lot of social media, TikTok, Twitter, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on Twitter. I was on TikTok, and I happened to come across this page or this video from what's his damn name? Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson's girlfriend or fiance. She had posted a video of them watching a show on Netflix. I think it was the episode of Patrick Mahomes and him and during the season, overcoming, winning the Super Bowl. And there was a clip of us playing the 49ers. And when the clip came up, because you remember that game, they obviously gave us an ass whooping. He walked off.
Wait,
and that brings me to my next point. You said what?
You know about last season, the Chiefs game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They showed the clip on the show, and Drake Jackson, he couldn't take it, so he walked out the room.
I don't blame him.
And that brings me to that next point. Ronbo, we got to get the damn ring.
Yes.
Don't start off 3-5, 3-4. Just get the damn ring.
Come out there, guns blazing. Absolutely.
Yeah. You just get the ring. This is the type of season where we get the damn ring and go home. That's it. There ain't nobody that can beat us.
See? Try to think of a team that you think is going to compete with the 49ers. This is what I'm talking about. I've thought about this, and it wasn't just bias. It's true. There's no NFC team that's better than the 49ers right now. There really isn't.
We probably won't see any competition until maybe the playoffs.
Well, you're always going to see in the playoffs because it's a
anybody's
different
better than
game.
us there.
Yeah.
I still don't see anybody better than us.
I don't either.
So, but Jerry Rice and Steve Young are absolutely right. You don't see Rudy. This is for you. You don't see Marshall Faulk. You don't see Torrey Holt saying that the Rams have a good shot at winning the Super Bowl this year, because they are embarrassed of the Rams, and they hope you guys to go back to St. Louis, so you guys can have some type of leg to stand on. And even then, the 49ers is beating y'all there too. So I don't know what you guys are going to do. So.
Yeah. Move to New Mexico. They can still be appreciated in a place that's not had a football team. Come on.
Yeah.
Tired of them.
But Jerry, right there, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Ron, what do you think?
No, I'm in full agreement, and I've made that clear. The 49ers, as I said, just like you just mentioned, you just talked about it. There is no team that could get on the field and just outplay the 49ers, not at this particular date. No, the Kansas City Chiefs, they proved to us last year, but we were hurt, badly hurt.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if they could have done that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We were not badly hurt. So,
we were healthy.
Yeah. So I'm convinced.
Yeah, because you remember the Atlanta game, Nick Bosa didn't play. A lot of guys were out. Obviously, they decided to run the ball like they should have.
Yeah.
We didn't have our guys in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's the Kansas City Chiefs. They're like, we'll just get up for this game, and we'll just let everybody come back. Give them the option.
Mark, you remember watching that game, right? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
This is why I blame the coaching staff on that as well. The Kansas City Chiefs ran that wide receiver around the right side.
Yeah, McCole Hardman,
3 times. He succeeded every damn time. Why?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. And then it was third. Ronbo, if you think about it, we were in the game.
First half.
Quarter, it was 28-23.
Yeah.
28-23 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
3rd and 20.
Yeah.
We were about to get the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
Get the ball back, possibly score, get the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And Mahomes, he took advantage of that injured Tre'Davious Ward at the time.
Tre'Davious had a pulled hamstring, right? Yeah.
Yep, and he said, "Oh,
Nick
Dad,
had
go
just
to work,"
came back.
and
They
that's
shouldn't have
not.
been playing. You got Jimmy Ward out there with a cast
Yeah,
on his arm. They should not have been playing. They wouldn't have been playing, but it was the Chiefs, and we thought we'd make a bigger stand as we could.
because
Damn it!
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So if you really want to look at the game, it was close until the fourth quarter, and then that's when we kind of gave up. 3rd and 20, we kind of gave up after that, and they just poured it on at that point. So
it's always like that, Mark.
we were in the game the whole time.
Even
Yeah,
the NFC Championship game with the quarterback gone, we were still in that game at the half, Mark. We don't have a
yeah. The Eagles
quarterback,
ain't
and we're
nobody.
still in the game. This team is made out of nails. They are tough as
Sure,
hell.
nobody wants to. Yeah, nobody wants to point that out that we were still in the game. Had Josh Johnson fumbled the damn ball, we would have been down 7 at half, and we would have got the ball at halftime. But nobody wants to talk about that.
No. Y'all lost, Niners. Again. This is my favorite. Again. I mean, I said,
All
you
you
know
got to
what?
do is fall
Take
on it.
this.
Don't
You know.
pick it up. Just fall on it. Why are
Yeah.
you trying to pick it up? And he falls on it and it drops it again. I'm like, man, Josh,
He's not supposed to be out there, Mark. That was never a part of the plan. I'm
yeah,
bothered at what he did because he's been in the league for a long time. But he is who he is. That's not his job. He's a
yeah,
scout team guy. That's what he does.
sure. Yeah, he just wasn't ready. And
Oh, you know,
I can't really be mad at what Kyle called the plays. I mean, what can you do? I mean, I wouldn't know what to call at that time either.
I'd have thought
So,
about go ahead and let McCaffrey finish the game at quarterback. I guess. It's, and now I got the option on every because he could pass a little bit. You know what? I bet you if they had a day to think about it, and they knew it was going
yeah,
to be, they would have the 49ers would have beat the Eagles because they would have had another plan. McCaffrey indeed probably
yeah.
would, or you juice check. Both
You
of them can
said probably,
quarterback.
yeah,
And with McCaffrey, the read
yeah.
option takes on a whole new definition.
Oh, yeah,
Oh! Anyway, Mark, we're
yeah.
going to win it this year. We're not going to be crying about this next year. I just know it. But let me,
No, we're not.
I
We'll
mean,
be okay.
I'll see you Sunday, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
Appreciate you, Mark. Have a great night. See, it gets you worked up when you talk about how we lost games we've lost. It really is. It's insane. Hey, Bill.
All right,
Hey,
I want to go
Chris.
back. We can't dwell on that NFC Championship game. I dwell
Oh,
back to the
I
time earlier
know.
in the season. I was screaming for one quarterback to be signed. Everybody says, don't sign him. I was thinking of a third stringer at the time. But I had a funny feeling something bad was going to happen, but nobody thought I was crazy. So, hey, we roll with the water boy Josh Johnson. It is what it is. This is what they wanted. This is what we rooted for because I called for Colin Kaepernick. Oh, forget about Colin Kaepernick as a third stringer. He could have done it. Were you think Colin would have fumbled the ball?
No, no.
No.
Colin would have been running and causing all kind of. See,
Mhm.
they wouldn't have been. Their defense would not have been ready for Colin Kaepernick. That's true.
No, they wouldn't have been. No, they wouldn't have been. See, that's what I was calling on for a third stringer. Not as a starter, but
Bill,
just in case we lost both of our starters,
but Bill, Colin didn't want to be anybody's. He's made it clear he doesn't want to back up. He comes in, he wants to compete for the starting
Well,
job. So if he would have came
he
in,
would have been happy to be on the Niners, especially how we were rolling and knowing a shot of getting a Super Bowl. Think about it. Colin Kaepernick, even as a third stringer, has a Super Bowl ring. Man, you couldn't argue him about being in the NFL now, could you?
no,
He would have won a Super Bowl. You couldn't have said anything. Just leave it to that. We got Josh Johnson as that. I don't know. Is he coming back this year?
oh hell no. Listen, Bill,
Good.
you know what though? You're over there in Texas where Jerry Jones, his empire, Jerry Jones and a bunch of people that own teams blackballed Colin Kaepernick, and he
Yeah.
ain't, no matter what, he was never going to get a chance to come back.
According to the Cowboy fans again, they're saying this is their year. This is their year. They're
Of
going to
course
win
they
it
are.
all. And they're saying that they're going to beat the Niners. And
Ah,
again, they have something new for them and beat them down. Ronbo,
Bill, just
it is
remind
what
them
it
that
happened.
that Michael McGlinchey isn't over on that right side, to enable and facilitate their efforts. So,
We could have gotten mad all day long, but let's take a look at the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chiefs. Did you really want our guys to have – what do you think about Debo could have had a major ACL tear to end his career? We could have lost Christian McCaffrey for his career. We could have lost a lot of things,
Okay, but you say this to say –
played out. Yeah, it was so slippery and slidey, it wasn't funny.
Oh, the field conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, the field conditions in the Super Bowl. Looking at it, I want our team to win, but just to think about it, it was so slippery and slidey. I didn't want our guys to get hurt. I mean, just thinking about it, they need to bring that up to the attention, not to have that again. But like I said, the Eagles, they lost. They didn't belong there. They proved they didn't belong there. They got beat down by the Chiefs. They showed that the wrong team went. I mean, it's all good. I mean, it was slidey and
didn't the Chiefs have to come from behind?
Beat up.
Detroit versus everybody.
Never. Anyways, like I said, for all the Cowboy fans out there, they're going to be crying again. They're salty. They're so salty. And I got some updates I'll relay in probably a couple months. Not good news, but it's not regarding a football. But like I said, like I said, everything is going to work itself out. We're going to be all right. Everybody hold their head up. And, we can't go wrong. We have a winning season. Well, we win a Super Bowl. We don't. We get a good draft pick, which will be Jerry Rice's son. So, I'm not even.
I don't Bill, I don't even. Actually, I'm to the point now I don't even want to discuss possibilities of losing. The injuries injuries follow us. That's just what it is. What I'm hoping for, this is that miracle year where injuries are minor, and if guys go out, maybe one or two goes out, but he comes back within another week or so after that. That's the only thing that beats the 49ers. Personnel leaving.
We don't have nothing to worry about because the Rams, Rudy, how do you feel about Witherspoon being on your Rams team who can't block and cover nobody?
Actually, I must say he's looked better with the Steelers. I don't know what they taught him over there, but he was a lot better with the Steelers. I mean, he's not scaring me or anything, but I mean, I'm just saying they look a little different. We'll see.
He's gonna blow some coverage. He's gonna mess it up. We're gonna beat him down. I ain't worried.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting back laughing, watching all this and listening. I mean, Ronbo, we're gonna win it. I have a feeling they're not shooting for a number one pick. This is a do or die season for Kyle. I think we're going to go in, and I'm actually going to see it, Las Vegas, and I think Jimmy's going to end up coming back, the 49ers versus the Raiders in the Super Bowl. And you know who owns the Raiders. It's a sweet day.
Yeah. Al Jr. So,
No. Who owns the Raiders is the Niners.
Oh. Bill, what's really scary about Vegas? I thought that would take place, and I don't know how long it may. Well, the Goodell in the NFL is pretty strong. I kept thinking the mob would get involved with the football team and start paying off the refs and threatening players and going to opposing teams' players and offering them a certain amount of money. Give you a certain amount of money if you can make sure the Vegas Raiders win. And by the way, we also know where your mom lives, and we also know where your children attend school. Just think about that and get back to me. See, I kept thinking that, Vegas will become Vegas. But the team seemed to have a lot of problems last year, so I guess not.
Nah, bro. Jimmy's gonna get hurt like Jimmy always gets hurt. He's gonna either probably get hurt in the AFC game or at the end of it or in the middle of the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, not wish that on him, but he's gonna go down or just when his payday, just get him there and just be Jimmy, be jittery.
Well,
so I have enough.
Him being Italian, Mom may take a bigger interest in him now. Hey, don't they got Garoppolo? Let's see if we can, maybe we can have a little influence on what happens this year.
Yeah, they're going to be sorely disappointed. They're going to be really disappointed.
I really
And
enjoy
I'm
those
not
movies.
even worried about Trey Lance. You know, he going to be good either way. And I see that. Brock Purdy and Trey Lance, we've got two good quarterbacks. And I don't know, the third one, he's got to prove himself to me. Other than that, we're good, man. I think we're really good. I think we're going to win it all this year. I think this could be actually the year that the monkey falls off the back of Kyle
Should've been
Shanahan
last year.
and he does
Damn it.
something.
Oh, it was right there for the taking last year.
It
Anyway,
would have
we're
been.
stronger now than last year. And I think we'll be fine. We got Chris McCaffrey from day one of the season this year. I don't know what the quarterback situation. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it doesn't. No matter which one of them plays, as long as Christian McCaffrey's on the field, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You know, he's going to make it easy for him.
This year, Ronbo. I'm calling this year. The Cowboys versus the Niners, NFC Championship in Dallas, with the wounded Dallas Cowboy team.
No.
I'm calling it.
No. We got to play. Oh, I really wish we actually, Bill. I wish we could play Dallas in Dallas because I love the fan reactions when things aren't going right.
Yeah,
So,
it's sweet.
I forgot about that.
It's sweet. We're demanded. I love it. It's sweet. Just thinking about it. That's our second home. Come on now.
But we gotta go. I'll see you
Give
Sunday.
me a 49ers shout out. And for all you Cowboy fans, you're not going to see one for a very long time. Give me another shout out.
Bill, I'll see you Sunday.
Oh,
Glad you had time for us today.
One more thing before I go. I want to wish a happy birthday to the Dallas cheerleader that just turned 93 when the last time they won a Super Bowl. Happy birthday. Bye.
Night, Bill. Oh, get your groove on. 97B. Watching last season's highlights and our players' off-season workouts brings chills down my spine. Let's go, Niners. Bring the Lombardi to its true home. It should have been back home a long time ago. Get your groove on. I agree. Thank you for that contribution, too. Yo, Jeff. Jeff.
Ronbo, how you doing, man?
Jeff doing all right, man. You know, I'm getting all inspired and pumped up because, you know, when we go into seasons, usually we're thinking, God, we got a couple holes to fill, and man, maybe we'll be okay. You know, Kyle's got to get. You know, we always say Kyle's got to get the thumb out of his butt and get this. You know what? There's really nothing to complain about going into this season. You know, there is no reason. Well, if Drake Jackson does a good job, well, you know what? Drake Jackson does an admirable job. The 49ers defense will still be unbelievably ridiculous. Jeff, let me stop. Is Jerry Rice and Steve Young, are they right on the right page? And by the way, I forgot to ask, Robbie Gould has came out like he did last time. Says, well, I don't know what you guys heard, but I told him I wanted to come back. I never got an offer. What'd you hear? We heard Robbie was asking for too much money, and we got mad at Robbie. It's a ploy. You know what? I got to tell you, Jeff, I think sometimes the 49ers plant those seeds to take the heat off of them. I mean, Robbie's very popular. If I'd have heard the 49ers didn't even talk to him at that particular time a few months ago, I said, come on, Niners. We've gotten this far with Robbie. I don't know about getting out far with him. If indeed we don't do well this year behind the kicking game, I'm going to be really upset. But anyway, that's neither here nor there for now. Jeff, your feelings.
Yeah, glad you brought that up about Robbie. I think losing Robbie's going to hurt come playoff time. Well, I think Jay Moody's going to be great for us, to be honest. But I think what's going to happen is come playoff time, we're going to get all Niner fans are going to get really nervous.
I am. I'll tell you that right now.
Robbie was just so clutch. I mean, he never missed a field goal, never missed an extra point in the playoffs.
Ice water in the playoffs. You knew when he walked on the field. Game over, baby. Game over. Let's go. We got this. 2 seconds left on the clock. Robbie's got snail hat. We're going to win by 1. I don't care.
I do think Jake Moody has a chance to be shit.
Robbie Gould.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I think he can be a Hall of Fame kicker. Like, I think he's going to be one of the best to ever do it. His leg strength. He had a 60-yard field goal at Michigan in the cold.
I've heard about that. I like it.
Now, I think, we're going to get nervous come playoff time when Jake Moody goes out there,
Sweat
but
pouring off my head.
that's just because of how consistent Robbie was.
And
you know,
also Jake
Ronbo-
his feet haven't been held to that fire just yet. The playoffs is a whole other beast. So, when Jake's walking in, his heart's
Right.
pumping 100 miles an hour. His leg is starting to feel limp. He's starting to, oh, Jake, calm down, man. Jeff, I don't advocate doing drugs, but I want Robbie to be in the locker room. Hey, Jake, I'm here to help you through this game. He shows him the little bag. We're going to go back there in the back. We're going to get real comfortable, kid. Yeah!
But Rombo, the best part about that is your team's legit when your biggest concern is the kicker.
I know, right?
You got the team.
Yeah.
When the only thing that you're nervous about is if your kicker can be as good as the last one. Rombo, we got better on defense.
I know.
The best got better. The rich got richer.
Can you imagine that? I got Javon
We
Hargrave.
took away Hargrave from the Eagles, our biggest competitors. That's all. I don't got to say anything else.
He
This is
replaces
the
Javon
year.
Kinlaw, who was not giving us a lot, and now you're going to get somebody who's going to be a whole lot.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is the year. With the rich got richer, and we took away our only forget our biggest competition in the NFC, our only competition in the NFC
I like that.
from the Eagles, and put them on our team.
Yes.
Hell, we can end the call here right now. That's all I got to say.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. A Drake Greenlaw is the only question mark, and everybody's talking about Drake like, well, all we need is for Drake Greenlaw to come in and have a good performance.
Jackson.
It doesn't have to be excellent, but it needs to be good. And then this team goes from great to ridiculously good.
Are you talking about Drake Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
God.
only thing.
Because
Rombo, if he doesn't step up, if he's not good by mid-season, there's no doubt in my mind the Niners probably just say, hey, let's go sign Ngakwe, let's go do a mid-season trade in October before the deadline like we usually do. We
one
did
of the
it
guys,
for McCaffrey.
one of those names is going to be available out there too. Now there's a couple of guys I don't want to sign. One of them being Clowney. I don't want Clowney, but there's a couple of those other guys.
How do you feel about Yannick?
Oh, Yannick's going to want big bucks. I would take him in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? Yannick,
Right.
give a red carpet. We'd meet him at the airport with a limousine. There'd be a wet bar, and there'd be girls sitting there. Hi, Yannick. Yeah. But he's going to be expensive. Real expensive. He's good.
I think wasn't he the guy that said he would take a pay cut to win a Super Bowl?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
I hope so.
And let's be honest, Rombo, even if he wants a high dollar, he's got to go by what the market's paying. And Frank Clark, he got signed by the Broncos, I believe, and it's not a lot.
I give him an incentive package, and he's the kind of guy who believes in himself. I say, listen, Yannick, here's what we're going to offer you, okay? Let's give you 6. Now, wait a minute. Before you don't close the door. Listen, you stand to make over $20 million. I've got an incentive package here you won't believe in all these things you can reach. What do you think? I think you take it. Yannick, you've got to get 10 sacks. That's all you got to do. I want the pressures to be somewhere. You can't be less than 3 pressures behind Nick Bosa, okay? And for every recovery you make, a takeaway, I tell you, look at the number. I don't even want to say out loud. Look at the number, all right? So pressures, creating fumbles, and everything else. I've got a whole list of things. You can do this. You can do this. I tell him. He'd take it.
And put in there somewhere, hey, you need to do it in the playoffs. Forget the regular season. We're going to go 13-4 regardless.
No.
Do it in the playoffs.
The playoffs, the ante goes up. That's why I'm saying he stands to make over $20 million this year. The ante goes up. Now, for every one of those things, add a couple of million on each and every one of those things I just mentioned for earlier this season, right? Or during the regular season.
Right.
You gotta dangle that carrot. Get him excited.
Yep.
He knows he can do these things. Guy's damn good. So,
And I'm going to finish with this. What needs to happen this year is 2 things. Number 1, we need to finish with the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Check. Agreed.
We got to finish, get the number 1. Do not start slow.
And do not start getting on the road in the playoffs. Yes.
Yeah. If you take a loss to the Steelers, fine, because for some reason they always win their opener. But we shouldn't lose that game. We're better than them by a mile. And Kenny Pickett is a joke, and their offensive line is a joke. Hargrave, we just paid you $84 million. Get after that, man, like you did last year. He wrecked Kenny Pickett last year. He sacked him like 3 times. His head bobbled off the ground. Hargrave, I want you to put some pressure on that man.
And now you got Nick and you got Eric next to, oh my
God.
Jesus Christ, Pickett is in trouble.
Like I said the other week, what Armstead said is completely accurate. This team will go as far as this D-line takes them. If this D-line is the best D-line in football like it should be, we will win the Super Bowl this year. No doubt in my mind. Hargrave is the difference maker on this team.
And what a difference maker he is. That dude is just that's
we're going to be talking about Hargrave as the best defensive tackle in the league.
Yeah. We got Jeff.
Forget Chris Jones.
Dude, anyway. Jeff, good stuff. I'll see you Sunday.
Hargrave, man, I'm about to get your jersey real quick. You're the difference maker on this team, man. We believe in you. Everybody. Everybody.
No doubt about it. All right, Jeff.
Rombo, real quick, let me get a Niners shout-out for Hargrave, man.
Niners! Javon! Don't call him Javon. Yes. Good night, Jeff.
Let's go, Hargrave, from the 803. Let's go.
He is.
Hey, appreciate the comments on my call. Appreciate that, bro. All right, Ronbo, Jeff. Take care, man.
You too. And now, are you ready for some Latino heat? Latino heat! Latino heat! Latino heat! Emilio, ¿qué pasó, loco? Emilio, we're here doing it like we should never do it. And if anybody knows, it's you and me, because we've been doing this for years, is come talking about a Super Bowl in July. I ain't scared this year, Emilio. I'm telling you right now, the 49ers should be shamed if they don't get to the Super Bowl, number 1. And number 2, if you get there and you're healthy, oh, no. No, y'all got it. Y'all, nothing less than a Super Bowl. Anything else less than a Super Bowl is a fail. Team is too good.
Yeah, we had so many downfalls every time we get close. So,
I know. That's the ones I was talking about.
To me, I said earlier, I think if we the Jets and Niners, the Raiders is just not. They don't have too much. They have talent, but they don't have enough. I don't see them ready. I don't realize Jimmy's not really the quarterback to get you there.
And
there has to be everything around Jimmy to get him there.
You can't have all them people leave. It's going to change the team. I don't care if they did draft somebody out of Georgia, put on the defensive line. He ain't going to be Hargrave. You know, these are the things, you know. Come on, man. They just ain't going to be that tough.
I see them possible Raiders getting to the playoffs, but it's too much for Jimmy to do.
You're talking about the Raiders. I was talking about the Eagles. Okay.
Yeah.
The Raiders, I don't know about the Raiders.
They got too much.
I don't know. What kind of talents they got?
They got a lot of talent, but they don't have enough to really say they're going to be a competitive team in the playoffs. They might be able to. They should get there. Just the way everything's looking for them, but nah.
You know what? The Raiders are probably going to score points, but that defense is what killed them last year.
They get to like I said, they got a few weapons on offense. They got hell of a. They got
they got Devontae. They got one of the best running backs in the league.
So they got weapons. But they need more than.
Yeah, you can't get into shootouts every week though. You got to have a defensive style. So that's why they went and got a new defense. I think didn't they get a new DC?
I don't know. I just know right now as of now they've been calling them the West Coast Patriots as of now.
The West Coast what?
West Coast Patriots. You ever heard about that?
No, I gotta go. Because you know why?
Calling them the West Coast Patriots.
Because they got all the Patriots over there, including Brian Hoyer.
They got Patriot players. They got Patriot old coaches. They got Tom Brady now as a person. They've been calling them the West Coast Patriots.
I forgot about Brady's involvement.
Yeah,
recently. What, 2-3 weeks ago?
no, well, I think it's been longer than that, but
Well, I know,
anyways,
but
no, they
when I heard about
discussed
it,
it.
I kind of recently, I don't know how long ago, but Brady getting involved and coming in and making it clear, no, I'm not here to play. He just wants to get his feet in the door, because
Now
Vegas
he's
was
now,
destined to not be the laughing stock of the NFL. If not now, years from now, they're going to be there.
I
Yeah.
can actually give the Raiders maybe 2-3 good years, and then they'll be a good team. They got the pieces. Jimmy's just there just to hold the spot, win the spot for somebody else. That's all he's there for.
And also that they've been trying to build for a while now. As I said, that offense is got a lot of players that are pretty good, actually. It's their defense.
Yeah.
If the Raiders score 30, the defense gives up 40, So,
But then we're back to Steve Young and like, yeah, they didn't lost their rabbit ass mind. I don't listen to them anymore. Yeah, they're good informants, but no. You know how long since they've been playing? You know how many times John Montana came out and said, oh, yeah, this is a good team, and he's been against the team too, so no, I don't really listen to them anymore. They're not saying they're washed. It's just still, the game is not the same when they play. Every time they make a prediction about we're going to win the Super Bowl, what happens? We end up losing. Last time Jerry did that, we lost the Super Bowl.
yeah.
So I'm over with
2019.
Them keep saying we're going to win. So, yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of maturity that might have built up in the 49ers. The little boneheaded mistakes they like to make at the last minute of the game to give it away? I think they're over that. I really think, because they've done everything wrong in the closing minutes of a game after having up to 10-point leads, which they'd never given up a 10-point lead all season long with that defense, and they go get that up in 3 or 4 minutes. I don't see that happening ever again. I think that's it.
Well, for me, like I said, at this point, I hope not. Like I said, I'm ready. Like I said, it's a hell of a season. I'm ready to start a whole new season. I'm ready. But all the mistakes they keep making over and over, and it's just stupid mistakes. Like I said, we go for the championship game. That wasn't their fault, but you've had so many chances, so many close ones, so many times. In the NFC championship, in the Super Bowl, it's like
all three.
Guys got to get over that hump. It's just. We've been watching the hardball areas. We should have won the Super Bowl then. Yeah. Now we're Shanahan. We should be getting a Super Bowl, but it's not happening. We keep getting so close and keep messing up every time.
Yeah, and in heartbreaking fashion, they wait till the last 3-4 minutes. Niners, you got this. Come on now, you got this. Let's come on. Boom! The floor falls out. Come on, man.
If you go with hardball, the stupid fumble and the punt return. You go back with a hardball. The stupid fumble in the punt return with Williams. You got the Super Bowl. We end up losing by 3 points.
His name.
You got the other hardball when we lost to Seattle. And then you go back to Shanahan. So it's just.
Somebody said that Kyle lives out. He had to leave the Bay Area. He couldn't walk around the streets anymore.
I heard he's supposed. Well, this is last loss, man. I heard he's supposed to live in Seattle.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard too. Kyle moved to Seattle where he could be appreciated. He should have moved to New York. They must love him out there. God. Yeah. How you let the ball touch you?
No. And then that thing with Robbie Gould, to me, even if it is true or not true, they don't want to pay that man. They don't have money to pay Robbie Gould. You got to look at it. Everybody get paid. They're about to pay Bosa. They didn't pay a few other players.
And there was going to be some guys.
Money.
Yeah, you get.
They're not going to pay Gould. No matter what they said, they're not going to pay Gould.
But man, can you see us now, though? It's fourth quarter. We're in the Super Bowl, and we're holding on. We're down by 1. We ran the clock down to 2 seconds. Jake Moody in to secure a Super Bowl win. Mila, you know what? I'm gonna have to call an ambulance before they even call that to have him stand by, man. Because you know what? I know I'm gonna pass out if he goes wide left or right, and they lose Super Bowl. But because of that, and you and I both know that Robbie Gould would have nailed that puppy right down the middle. It would have been no doubt about it. I'd be sitting there crying my ass off, man. As they take him to the hospital. Really, oh hell no! They did it again to me.
I get it, but you can't really blame that on too much. You got to realize how some kickers become Hall of Famers. You got to Adam Vinatieri. How did he become a Hall of Famer? You just cannot keep going to, we had him. I'm like, there's reasons why sometimes they don't make the team or they're not on the team no more. The back of the
thinking about it is making me go, I just can't stand it.
I don't like it. I mean,
Oh God.
when you look at it, I can give you a good example. It's like when T.O. went to the Eagles. He went to the Super Bowl, and he never went to the Super Bowl with us. It's just certain players. They go to Super Bowls with other teams, or they come with us.
Something goes.
Sometimes it just happens. It is what
Well,
it is. Teams go to other teams, go to Super Bowls. Some teams never go to different teams and never do anything else.
that ain't gonna happen this year.
It's just,
Man, we got to pull up. I'm gonna tell you what though. Hey, you off today too? I just noticed.
no, I'm
quiet.
at work actually.
Oh, you found a spot.
No,
Good.
I got new headphones.
Oh, oh yes, Emilio. We appreciate it, man. All right.
I got new headphones.
I'll see you Sunday.
All right, you have a good night.
You too, fam. Give my best to the family too. Night, Emilio.
All right.
Hey, he goes,
Good
Emilio got new phones, fam. You checked it out? It was quiet as hell. Big Show says, Jerry, how can you think Super Bowl with two gimpy quarterbacks? That's why I call Show the Grim Reaper. He says one is in year 3 working on accuracy issues, and Darnold plus a rookie kicker. Come on now. Show, thanks for that contribution. Well, you ain't right. You know that, don't you? Yeah. Show, what the hell? You gotta love about Show. He's keeping up traditions and consistency. Just poured water on my smoking. Hey, Jack, the other Jack.
Jacko.
That's what goes. Yeah, you can call him Jacko. Jacko. Hey man, you know what? We're except for Big Show, who of course is not been made to believe just yet. We're thinking Jerry Rice and Steve Young, and normally maybe we don't always take it real seriously when they talk because they're just having fun. You know what? They're on to something this year because I think most of us realize we got the bully in the league, and the bully should prevail unless somebody punches him in the face and he runs home. Do you agree with Rice and Young? And also, Robbie Gould not being your kicker. And I'm talking about there's going to be some critical moments when we're going to wish that Jake Moody can actually emulate because he is Robbie Gould trained. So maybe that's going to make a difference.
Ronbo. They're not wrong. We was in Super Bowl contentions for the last 3 or 4 years. So,
Yes.
but it's really hard to win a Super Bowl, Ronbo.
Oh, hell yeah. We proved that.
It's really hard to win a Super Bowl, but I think what's going on with her roster, it looks really good. But in order for this year to go right, we got to have somebody new or somebody that we didn't think to come out and show out. Either on defense or offense. Maybe Drake or maybe one of our new rookie wide receivers or something like that. Somebody have to have a breakout year that really not supposed to have a breakout year. Something like last year, something like last year what our safety did. He made the Pro Bowl.
You talk about Talanoa?
Talanoa. It's gonna take a surprise player to come out of nowhere to kind of like
every year. For the last
we win every year.
Yeah.
And we got to start closing games out a little bit better.
Please. Please.
Yeah,
Close
we
the
don't want to
game.
get in the fourth quarter and we're up by 2 touchdowns and
then
get
give it
the
up.
team back thinking they can come back, scoring another
Finish.
touchdown. We got to, keep the pedal down. As far as the kicker, it's going to be nervous time. He's going to we can trust in him maybe mid-season, end of the season. We'll see what he's worth, but it's really hard to win a Super Bowl, Ronbo. I mean, the last 5 years should prove that to all faithfuls.
It did.
It's really
How
hard.
come it's so easy for Kansas City?
Kansas City, to me, they just got a little luck last year, a little bit. To me, they got rolling at the right point.
Because they were losing, like they did. Like
And the Eagles got a little
Eagles.
lucky.
Yeah.
Eagles got a little lucky because
Real lucky.
I'm pretty sure they didn't go into that NFC game without thinking it was going to be a dog fight. you know, they walked out of that game, you know,
Relieved.
with that win, saying that was pretty easy.
Yep.
Too damn easy.
Yeah.
You know, and for them to think that they're gonna get back in that game again is really hard. I mean, if you think about it, they got rid of Hargrave. When we got rid of Buckner, have we really replaced Buckner yet?
Not until this year. We may have now.
We may have, Rambo. We may have. That's how many years later? 3-4 years.
Yeah,
so how you gonna depend on some rookies to come in and take
I'm
Hargrave?
I'm talking about Hargrave replacing Buckner.
Yeah, how those Eagles gonna be thinking you're gonna replace that guy just like that with some rookies or something?
Yeah, they're not.
It's not gonna
they
happen
have a
that easy.
big surprise coming.
Big surprise.
But they didn't get rid of him, though, Jack. They couldn't afford him.
Yeah, they couldn't afford him, but on the other hand, we still trying to replace Default. Kinlaw still haven't taken place yet. That pick at 15 still haven't showed up yet.
Listen, hey, this year, Jack, you know what? I'm going out on a limb. I'm saying that Javon, not Javon, but Javon is going to bring numbers. This year, Javon is going to be, we're going to be thinking about his fifth-year option. 49ers said they wouldn't pick his fifth-year option up. They changed their mind. Yeah, he's staying.
Well, he better do something there. He better do something. I don't know what he better do. I don't know. He got to do something because that 15 pick is really looking really bad right now. There was a lot of players. I think I would have took the same year. The safety from that's at the Chargers. I forgot his name. He came out the same year. I think we could have picked him.
Well, I know you're talking about. I forgot his name. See, because I was wanting to get Henry Ruggs because I've been wanting a speed threat. And Henry Ruggs was that guy, not Danny Gray. He has many issues. He's just fast. From what the reports on him are, he drops the ball. Kyle Shanahan's for wide receivers. There's a lot of things you must be able to do, and he can't do them. And it's some of the specifics. So
if he would come out and show that speed earlier on in the year and show some growth, that would be very good news for the 49ers. We would damn near be unstoppable right there.
And Jack, you need to be able to stand out. Every team's speed, Damon. All you hear about the dudes in the booth saying, and they had a little problem covering as blah blah was pretty much open and free, and the quarterback just didn't see him. So usually that kind of a guy, he actually is not. He doesn't go unnoticed. Whereas Danny would be in the game, and people said he was in the game, and I said, hey, was he in the game? When was he in the game?
Yeah, he got to show improvement, man. I saw him last year on the bench, just looking sad on the bench, Rambo. Like, I'm never gonna get to play. He got to change that,
Yeah,
the competition rush is just going to even be harder for him to get in this year because it looked like we got some nice little rookies that can take his spot. So he might be one of the man out. He better get his stuff together.
I understand they really like Bill. I think that's
Kyle better keep a running back fresh. That's another thing. You got to keep these running backs fresh, man. You can't be running McCaffrey up the middle too much time. Use Mason. Use somebody else. I think Elijah's a good outside zone runner. He don't have much speed, but I think he's good. But use Mason going in the middle, man. He got to keep everybody fresh, man. And it's all about him rotating these players, man, keeping fresh during the season because injuries, they bound to happen. Overworked players, very
Especially
hard to win the championship, and it's very hard, man. A lot of things got to go right, and a lot of things got to go wrong. But if you really look at our history with championships, I think we won one in odd years, even years, odd years, even years. Right. This is the even year that we're supposed to get it.
You see, Jack, you know what I like about you? You've already tempered your expectations, so you don't have to go through any medical issues after the season's over.
Oh no! I'll be in the middle. I tell my wife, I'll be in the middle of the game. Can you call the ambulance? Call the ambulance.
I'm standby.
Yeah, call the ambulance, man. But it's very intriguing. The thing is too, Rambo. If we win one, that's when the floodgates open up.
That's what I'm talking about. See, because then they'll know exactly what it takes and how to focus and how to get ready to close games out. See, they should know now. So,
Yeah, these guys got to get one, and once they get one, it'll be very fluent, very hard to stop the team. But we got to get one. It can't be that NFC game again. You got to get there and get one. You know, we got to get there.
Jack, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go and see you Sunday. Appreciate you getting in here too.
Yes, sir.
Friday
Thanks
night,
for the show,
fire night,
Ronbo.
Harold. You're right. Yes.
Friday night.
All right, fam. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Rambo.
Night, Jack. Appreciate you, fam. And, Jamal. Get on. Hey, Jamal.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Jamal, we're getting all pumped up. You know, it's Friday, and we generally get a little carried away on Fridays anyway, because you remember, this is usually our night to make game predictions. I'm already getting in game prediction mode. You're like, fam, what you got? I got the 49ers 37. I got the Rams scoring only 3 points this week. This is that week.
Yeah.
You know, things. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah.
You know, I love the Friday nights. So, meantime, we can look at how mean this team is, Jamel. You know, a lot of players from other fan bases, or a lot of players, or a lot of people would say, 49ers, you guys, you're starting to sound like the Cowboy fans, the Raider fans. You guys got these high expectations that are unwarranted. Your team is okay. You know, Jamel, that's why I'm saying right now, we can talk as loud as we want to. Every team in the league can look at the 49 roster and say, well, yeah, they do look pretty good there, don't they? Yeah, they don't look weak at that position. Yeah, that linebacking crew's got to be one of the best in the game. That front line with Hargrave, that's not even fair, man. Come on. You know, I'm looking at the offense. Christian McCaffrey can make any quarterback look like an all-pro. And now he's got Debo and Ayuk's learned how to run routes better than pretty much anybody in the league. He can get rid of any defender. I mean, Jamel, it goes on and on. Jamel, what did I miss? Well, did Young and Rice, are they right about who's going to win this Super Bowl? Who could go to it?
So far, so good, Ronbo. My thoughts is that we have so much flavor. We are stacked like a variety pack of Pringles. And, man, I'm telling you, man, we got it. You know what I mean? Offensive line.
Those Pringles are uniform, too, all the way down the bottom.
Yeah, man, we got everything. And to hear that from Hall of Famers, Steve Young and Jerry Rice, these guys know what a Super Bowl team looked like. Right now on paper, man, they know what it's like. Especially that 94 team, man. We got a chance to surpass what that 94 team did, especially our defense and our offense, and we got the coach, we got the defensive coordinator, offense, man.
See,
we better win. We better win this thing.
Jamel, try to find a weakness. Now, I've been crying because, Robbie Gould tried to get back on the team, and the 49ers said, nah, Robbie, thanks, but, you did a great job. We appreciate you. We're going another direction. We got Jake Moody, and that's the only thing I'm going to be worried about. I got to tell you the truth. If I have some concerns, that is it, because, I'm going to see Jake run out on the field. All right, so the 49ers found themselves losing somehow the whatever team we're playing has gotten back into this game, and the 49ers are going to be pushed. I don't know if the 49ers got complacent in this game, but with 5 seconds to go, they're holding on. They're down by 1. And they're in field goal range now for Jake Moody. They're 55 yards out. Remember, Jake Moody is a rookie, and I don't know, should we put a lot of expectations on them going back and forth in the booth while I'm sitting there on smelling salts trying to stay conscious, right? So I'm saying, this is like what I was talking about. Man, I hear, oh, Jake, please. And it's going to be funny because there's going to be some games when Jake's not going to make us happy. I already know that. We're not going to necessarily lose those games. But Jake's got to work through this rookie year. He's got to develop that ice water mentality in his heart. So, there's going to be those moments. I would stock up on medications. Fam, I'm telling you right now, not only Jamal, but all of us, get some things that can calm you down. Get some sedatives and things like that in the fourth quarter. The game's close, and we have to depend on Jake Moody. I like Jake Moody. I see what he can do. I heard about him kicking in frigid conditions. You can take him to the North Pole, and he can still kick you a 50-yard field goal. I understand that. I just know that when the pressure's on, the mind starts to do weird things to the body. Jamal, this is what I'm talking about when I get scared.
I know. Ronbo, all I can say about that, man, as soon as that start happens, we're believers in Christ. If you speak in
I'm gonna
tongues,
be praying my.
just
Oh,
start
I'm
it.
gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna be throwing all my jerseys up. Here, this will fit you. Go ahead, put that on, okay? Just don't leave me, please. Because I can't stand losing. Because I'm hoping we have games so far, usually in hand, that we don't need to put that kind of pressure on Jake. He needs that kind of pressure a few times though, just to get him acclimated to what it's like to come in under those conditions. You don't want people pointing at you and in the locker room taking a shower and changing their clothes way off in the corner or standing outside waiting until everybody else gets through to come in because you can't take it. You can't look everybody straight in the eye because you lost the game.
Right. You know what? Before I go, I'm going to say, my thoughts exactly. This this is the year for us. I really believe that. And what's his name is so doggone negative. He pissed me out. Big Show, man. Oh man, he reminds me. And listen, Ronbo, if you ever seen Sister Act 2, and they're going to prank Sister Mary Clarence with that glue on the seat, and just she get ready to sit down. Taylor wants to say something, and it's like. That's what you remind me of. I said, man, I'm gonna give you the biggest wedgie out of this world. Shut up, Show.
This is Show's personality. He's got to do that. But Show's gonna be a happy man this year, which is going to be funny because that persona he carries now is going to be shifted. Show's going to be one of the most positive guys in the world. This time next year, you're not going to recognize the Big Show. Show's been coming in saying, listen, there's no need to be concerned or worried about the next season. We've gotten even better than we were last year. And the league has gotten to the point now, they're building their teams directly to combat the 49ers. Remember, Jamel, the teams, 49ers, all of our opponents used to build their teams. And I've got a couple of Cowboy fans that told me years ago that the Cowboys were engineering and designing their team to beat the 49ers. When you reach that level, that's when you've arrived.
Right.
Teams, all they think about is what we need to beat the 49ers. They don't think about anybody else. Because if you could build a team that can beat the 49ers, you could build a team that could beat anybody in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I want that status back. Come get some.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And before I get out of here, I want to let you know that I'm in a new location now. I moved from Gary to Lafayette. I am 10 minutes away from Rafe. So
Lafayette.
And Rafe, little bro wanted me closer to him. So it's been good so far.
All right. I'm glad to hear that. That's good stuff to hear about you, Jamel. All right.
Yes, sir, man.
All right. Just getting better. Well, these changes indicate there's going to be changes everywhere, meaning the 49ers are not going to give up any leads. They're going to know what to do offensively and defensively to put a game away. You've got to learn to put the foot on the neck mentality has got to be something that's shared from the coaching staff all the way down to the guy who's handing out towels.
Right on.
All right.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Jamel. Good to hear from you, fam. I tell you what, I'll be back Sunday looking for you. All right?
Friday, right? Friday?
No, Sunday. This is Friday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay, no problem.
All right.
All right, bro.
All right, fam. All right.
All right.
Man. Let's go get it's Ellis. Ellis. Ellis.
Ronbo, can you come right back to me?
Yeah, we can do that. We can't. What? Ellis, looks like we can't.
It's ready.
Looks like the show is over.
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on one second.
Yeah, production signaling. You know what, Tony, and you can do this. You can answer this on. Ellis, go ahead real quick on that. Tony, you can answer this question while you're on the chat. Did anybody at Atlanta actually reach out to the 49ers asking about possibilities for Trey Lance? I saw that the other day, and I says I'll ask Tony because this looks like some more of that stuff that some nobody just came up with to get some attention. So yes, Tony Wright. Did the Atlanta Falcons actually try to get in contact with the 49ers to see about Trey Lance. I think it's a joke. It can't be true. But, Ellis, did I buy enough time?
What's happening?
Yeah, Ellis, Rice and Steve Young are letting everybody know, look, this is it, guys. The 49ers have every ingredient they need to finally bring home that trophy. Not only do they have great personnel, but they got the maturity. They got the coaching staff. They know what it takes. There's just no reason why they should not end up on top. Ellis, there is Robbie Gould just came out and let everybody know just today, actually, according to Matt Mayoko. Robbie said earlier this week, Mayoko just got the report out, said Robbie never said anything about any more money, that he made it clear to the 49ers he wanted to come back, and that the 49ers never actually reached out to him again, and they moved another direction without saying a word to him. So, the reports about Robbie running around talking about, I need $5 million, they're not true, apparently. And my concern is, Jake Moody, you've got to come in and do what Robbie did. In clutch situations, Robbie rarely missed. You can count on your hand one time the entire time he was with the 49ers that Robbie Gould came in and missed a goal we had to have. But anyway.
Perfect in the playoffs.
I mean, ridiculously so. Yep. Going to be uncomfortable without him this year, Ellis. I'm going to tell you the truth. Every time Jake runs out on the field for a while, I'm going to be scared. I can't help it.
Yeah, he's like, man, I don't know. We're funny with the money sometimes. I mean, we'll pay our guys, but I don't know. Sometimes we won't.
Yeah.
Well, shit, Robbie Gould is an A-lister. He's an A-lister.
They have that one stipulation. He's a 40-year-old A-lister, but he's a kicker.
Yeah. Well, I'll take accuracy over the strength of a leg.
Yeah, that's
so. Moody might be able to kick the ball way harder, farther.
But can he remain calm?
Longer than Robbie, but.
Yeah, in them serious situations.
Yeah. There's a certain, Robbie's got a certain playlist in his head that he's listening to inside of his head.
Yeah, right. And he doesn't hear the noise or anything else when he walks on the field, does he?
No. Shit. No, he has it's a masterful, elite focus that it takes to play at that level, you know what I mean? And in those kind of games that have everything be on you, I mean, the Green Bay game and all the other games, like I said, perfect in the playoffs is that's who's better than that?
I'm telling you, and Moody has to keep that in mind every time he walks out on the field. Robbie wouldn't have missed this. Robbie wouldn't have missed. Robbie would not miss this. I got to make this happen. I don't want him to put that kind of pressure on himself. But he's got to a degree.
Yeah, that's why when we talked about that before, I was saying, he needs to get with Robbie and really try to pull from him.
Robbie trained him. He's
psychologically. Right. But that's in the physical aspect. But when it comes to the mental and psychological aspect of it, and which is why he went through that little fire drill or whatever it was, where they had all those sounds and they had all that shit going on.
Yep.
Because, you have to simulate it and put it in that. You have to try to mirror that experience, that environment. But he's not going to really get it. He's not going to really get the test until he gets in the game, and we actually need him to kick a few to win us the game or to put us ahead, or those clutch moments. He's going to, those away games where it's crazy, and that's when he's really going to get it. So. And unfortunately, it's going to be at our expense, or it can be at our expense, hypothetically. So he just got to come in and do his job, though. And like I said, I mean, I would love to see Robbie back. I would, I don't want to say, Jake Moody's going to be lackluster, and then, we got to call Robbie off the couch, and he's going to come in and do his thing as he usually would. It's going to be like, see, you guys should have just paid Robbie. I don't want it to be like one of those kind of situations. However, if it does, if it does become a reality, then shit, I mean, what better guy to pull off the couch for the job?
And you know how people cry about the weak leg and everybody's returning kicks? Well, how come Mitch was supposed to do that anyway. He was doing a good job. Why'd you let Mitch just continue doing it? All of a sudden, he just made Robbie start kicking returns. I said, oh, man, Mitch was fine with that. They weren't bringing anything back on Mitch. And if they did, Mitch was waiting for him because he made tackles like pretty much better than everybody on the special teams.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell that was all about.
I have no idea.
Because Mitch Wisnowski's he's a player. He comes and lays hats and he kicks the ball damn good. So I don't know what that was about. But anyway, what else we had on the menu? We had Robbie.
Yeah, we're talking
Jerry
about
and
Super Bowl chances and 49ers, please do not botch it up this time. My thing is the 49ers haven't gotten beaten in these big games by anybody. They got outplayed them. They managed to go ahead and hand the game back. I mean, you guys got the lead. Now just buckle down and get it done. I'm not talking about just one defense and offense. I'm talking about Kyle, everybody. Kyle, you guys, you need to do what you need to do. You got 5 minutes. You got 10-point lead. Do not yield. Lost the game. Lost the damn game. And that's just heartbreaking because they didn't get outplayed. They got outcoached or something. But they just gave it up. You should be determined like hell. You got a lead now. We're in the fourth quarter, not the beginning of the fourth quarter. This game is almost over. Finish it. Finish it. No. Gave it up.
I mean, I know Brock going out was deflating.
No,
however,
I'm sorry, not that game. I'm not. You know what? 2 out of the 3. No, Brock getting hurt. That was about the injury. That wasn't about being outplayed. So I got to take that back. Not this past year. That was minus players. 1 player. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can make that
but
point.
The defense. I feel like the defense. I mean, they took it harder than we should have. We still could have kept the Eagles from putting up that many points. So whatever the hell their coach was, whatever the hell his name was, he had some shit he was trying to throw at us, And
because he sees us
I don't know.
down.
I think D'Amico. Yeah, and it really wasn't that impressive, honestly. It's just
true.
I mean. It looks like Jalen Hurts is moving in slow motion a lot of the time, and he picks up his speed gradually. But if you stick his ass, or you put a hat on him, you just get, I don't know why we didn't have anybody spying him. It just kind of seemed like it was a couple of things that D'Amico might have missed in game planning for him. But like I said, with Brock getting hurt, it just, it was deflating, and I think that's kind of what
the whole dynamic.
Maybe why our defense started to, kind of get, put on skates a little bit. But we kept it close.
I know,
it's
right?
Just that us not being able to offensively put up points was like, it's like on the other side, it's like, fuck, man, we got to go back out here again. Like, we just need to get a couple of points. We have to be able to comp each other, compliment each other. It's, give us a boost, we give you a boost. Give us something to work for, we give you something to work for. It shouldn't be one-sided, and it's why I expect the offense this year to really live up to its fullest potential. I just feel like the excuses and shit is out the window at this point.
See,
we've been trying to be modest and humble, and we try to throw little encouraging things out there here and there for the offense and Kyle and so on. This year, I don't want to hear shit.
And you ain't got to worry about that because
I don't want to hear shit.
As
Christian
soon
McCaffrey is here now. We got the best damn running back.
Right there.
I mean, there's no. I mean, when he came here, we turned into somebody completely different.
Yep.
And it added. We have a team full of all-stars, dude.
Yeah.
We're the first NFL all-star team. What they call them, super team.
Mm-hmm. And it works.
Call it like it is.
Yeah.
As soon as
McCaffrey came, that was it for an average offense. McCaffrey makes everybody on that team step way up out of their own zone. Look at Debo training his ass off right now, even as we speak. Debo's gonna be. You got the perfect yin and yang now. You got Ayuk out there running routes that nobody can keep up with. You got Debo coming through there, and now if you're a lightweight coming out in the middle of the field and Debo's coming down the field, you just should throw your hands up and say, Coach, I ain't getting paid enough. I'm sorry. I ain't stepping in front of that. You know, it's going to be obscene of the 49ers offense they can do this year.
Yeah, Ronbo. No excuses, man. We got it. And Jerry Rice and Steve Young, it's not too early or anything like that. You know, those are two 49ers, you know. Yeah. They want to see us win more than anybody at the Hall of Fame, Hall of Famers that we've had on the team. You know, they love this team like we love them. And, you know, they're a part of history. So, you know, they know what's up. They know what we got. We should have been we should be sitting on at least 2 trophies right now.
Well, I know. It's 7 should be it.
So that's why they're like, nah. Look, this year, no excuses. We can't say, oh, it is. We can't do that anymore. We've been doing that shit for the last few years. That's out. We can't. You know, I'm not taking away the 3 NFC championships and the Super Bowl that we reached. Fantastic.
We've done that.
We
too
need to
many
be
times.
hoisting the Lombardi now. We need to be hoisting the Lombardi. It's that time.
And we should have been number 7 last year because quite frankly, you know, that was an exclamation point added to the misery last year. We didn't go in. First quarter, they killed the quarterback. Do you see the first couple of plays the 49ers made against the Eagles? The Eagles defense did not have a clue as to what was happening. Ayuk's running around outfield, Bradbury's getting killed. The separation, granted, from the film shows that actually Brandon should have let that ball go before as soon as Ayuk came out of that route, the ball should have been in flight. He was on that, and Bradbury had no chance. That little short route that looks like they was about to come in and kill Brock that first time, and George Kittle, that right, you could have spent on a dime, left 9 cents change sitting on the field. Brock hit it perfect. Yeah. Boom. I said, you know what? The Eagles don't want this smoke. And the defense is not about to let him get loose back there. I says, you know, boom, break his arm. We're done. Oh, what are the odds?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, man. It's just, man, we can't have this shit no more, man. We can't have this shit happen no more. I'm tired of all of the quarterback stuff. I just want to win, damn it. Yeah, let's get to, let's go 17 weeks. Let's go 14-3. Let's go 15-2, 16-1, whatever.
And if we got,
because we got some teams that's coming out there that's going to be greater. I think the Falcons is going to be really good. Yeah. The Jets will be, a contender over there.
Wait. Oh, we're not playing the Jets. No, I'm just saying team as far as teams that are going to be turning around. There's going to be some excitement, some exciting teams next year. And yeah, but Falcons, I consider them one. The Lions, there's no surprise with the Lions anymore. They're tough. Green Bay, Green Bay could be a surprise. I don't know if they got the ability to get to the playoffs and go all the way through, but they're going to be a little tougher than anticipated. They got a great defense. We don't know about Love, but he didn't look bad last time I seen him, actually. Not at all. In fact, he looked damn good.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah. Well, he needs his opportunity. Yeah. The Broncos, I think, will be better next year. They got Sean Payton. Sean Payton with Russell Wilson and company is going to be quite the marriage. I'll say. I have high expectations for Sean Payton and what he's going to bring to that organization. And then
you're saying Russell Wilson is going to bounce back? Sean better know Russell Wilson does good playing backyard football. You put him in a structured – he got exposed, James. I'm not sorry, James Ellis. You put Russie in a situation where he's got to do X's and O's and everybody else has got to know the same way X's and O's. For some reason, they knew what they were doing in Seattle. Let Russie cook meant more than I don't know about, maybe you understood it, but I now fully understand what they mean by that. Just stay out of the way, let him do his thing. He's already got a communication going on with his receivers. Let's just stand back out of the way. They didn't do that. But they didn't do that in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, they got to do what's going to be best for the team as a whole. So sometimes you throw certain systems at guys and, it doesn't work out. I just think that that head coach that they had there really wasn't benefiting Russ. You need coaches that know how to work with the right players. It has to be the perfect marriage. So that just was, that was just they whiffed on that one. Yeah, that's why that coach is gone. So they'll be looking good. I think they'll be good. But those three teams I first said, I expect to see a lot more out of them. And we're gonna come in and do what we do as usual. But I'm not. Yeah, we can't accept nothing less of the Super Bowl, man.
I know. I'm sick of that.
Nothing less.
We've already done the NFC.
Anything else less will be uncivilized.
Well, I'm gonna see you Sunday, and come up with some more fun stuff. Because we get lots of fun stuff. When you're a 49er fan, there's always plenty of fun stuff. All right, fam. Shout out to the squad. I'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, I got the squad here today. We all here. We had a pool party earlier, so we were jamming, rocking out.
Perfect timing, boy, that heat. Yes, indeed.
What's up, Grandma?
Hey, who is this?
Joshua.
Hey, Joshua. How you doing?
Good.
All right.
How are you doing?
Great, Joshua, because, I'm thinking Super Bowl this year, so, there's nothing to be sad about, nothing to be worried about. It's going to be there, Joshua. We're going to be having that trophy, going to be having that parade, and we're going to be saying things like, finally, the Lombardi has come back to San Francisco. Yes!
Yeah, Super Bowl.
This is past time, Joshua. All right. Josh, y'all have a good night. I understand you had a pool party. You still at the pool?
Yeah.
All right. You better hide that. All right, fam. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Bye.
Looking forward. Bye.
Shout out to the faithful.
It is. Shout out to the faithful. All right.
All right. I appreciate you.
Hey, Ellis. Appreciate you, fam. All right. Y'all have a good time. I'll get back to you Sunday.
Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Ellis. Splash, boom. Oh, here he comes. My man Charles and Diamador Lenore's biggest fan. Charles. Oh, Charles. Harold, I see you. Charles. By the way, Sharice is not the one with the Chicago Bears C. She's the one with the green C. She's never changed her logo. That other C is not Sharice. She is the C with the green background. The one with the Chicago logo, that's not her. Oh, Charles, get in here so I can work you, man. Oh, there's Tony. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, good evening.
Tony. Tony, man, I thought about you immediately. I said, I can't wait to see Tony on this. Tony, you can confirm this, I know, because you keep your eye on what's going on there. The Falcons have been rumored to have contacted the 49ers about the possible services of Trey Lance. Is that true?
No, it's not. That's the fans, Ronbo. Remember, like the last couple of years. These fans, they want the next Michael Vick, Ronbo. Remember Deshaun Watson? And everybody wanted Deshaun Watson. Nope. Then they wanted us to draft Malik Willis, and we drafted Desmond Ridder. Nope. And then they wanted us to get Lamar Jackson. It's the same crap, Robo.
By the way, you must be having a field day on the Malik Willis desire.
You remember how adamant I was about that?
I mean, you were loud and clear.
Yeah, the Louisiana Lafayette. He threw 4 interceptions in his last home game against Army. Come on now.
Why would here's the thing, Tony. Now people get on me because they say, Ronbo, man, you got to come out to old school, man. Quarterbacks don't stand in the pocket no more. Now, this is what I want to make clear. I didn't say I want the quarterback to stand there and play the role of a statue. I'm saying that most of these kids coming out of school to have that ability to run, they rely upon that so much so they don't rely upon good quarterback skills. I'm talking about hitting timed routes. I'm talking about being able to go through your reads and find the right option. These are not all the things that they're really good at because they know they can escape the pocket and make things happen. I need for you to work with the rest of the guys first, and then you have that option in your fat back pocket. Too many quarterbacks I see, and Patrick Mahomes is not a runner like people say. Patrick Mahomes runs because he can. But you can bet your last
Right.
dollar Patrick Mahomes is looking for that receiver first and foremost.
Exactly. And that's how Desmond Ritter is. See, I know this the unknown on Desmond Ritter, but just look at the University of Cincinnati, his college state. He got the University of Cincinnati in the 14 playoff, Ronbo. That's something. He
It
runs
is.
when he has to. And see, Falcons fans, they piss me off, Ronbo, because about 55% of them are looking for that next Vic. That's why they wanted Watson. That's why they wanted Malik Willis. That's why they wanted Lamar Jackson. And now Trey Lance. All this is the fans. I don't know who put that out there.
Yeah, no.
The fans ate it up.
Yeah.
And they chewed me up in this live stream last night, but I stuck to my guns. I'm like, here y'all go again. Now y'all want Trey Lance. We're not going to – the 49ers, ain't going to come cheap.
Anyway,
'cause they
well, look,
took them off.
they're not giving up on Lance because we need 3 quarterbacks who can play that system. Lance has got plenty of experience in the system now. He can't go anywhere. If something happens to Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold's not quite ready. So, this is the thing. And Brock Purdy, we don't even know if he's ready. So Trey could be the man from day one. It ain't been fully decided. So that's why, I said, no, wait a minute. If they offer enough, the 49ers might actually pay attention because the 49ers have made clear, you give us a first-round draft pick or two and you can probably have anybody on the team not named Nick Bosa, So, yeah.
And then they were talking about, well, we can get Trey Lance, and we ain't got to give up a first-round pick. I said the 49ers going to want a first and a second. They gave up 3 first-round picks to move up.
Yeah,
They're not just going to give them up a second-round pick.
You can make that
That's
clear.
a class organization.
You can make that clear
then they
all
get mad at
day.
me.
Oh, no, we're not giving up Trey for no any. What do they believe? What round are they saying?
They said a second round and maybe a fourth round. I'm like, the 49ers are at least they're not going to get 3 firsts, but they're going to at least want a first and a second.
And you know
I'm
why,
telling y'all
Tony?
that now.
Because anytime you have the ball in your court, the 49ers don't have to give up Trey
Exactly.
Lance, right? So if you really want him that bad, make me an offer that makes me crazy. So yeah.
Exactly.
So,
you sound like you like the 49ers. I'm like, you sound immature. I'm like, you got to look at it from their court.
Yeah.
They're going to take a loss, but they're not going to take a big loss. They're going to get a first-round pick for Trey Lance. If it's a first and a second or a first and a third,
That's right.
they're not going to go below what they want.
No. Or else Jed York would come through there and start beating him with a belt, You guys know what you did.
Yeah.
And you guys talked me into this deal, remember? And you gave him away for what?
Yep.
No, that's not going to happen. So,
And
but
Ronbo,
anyway.
Colin Cowherd is at it again. He's taking more shots. Check this out. Colin Cowherd, this is yesterday's show, Thursday show. He praised Brock Purdy, come from a mid-level Iowa State team. After he got drafted in the NFL, they were 1-8 in their conference after he left. He said Brock Purdy was 8-0 with San Francisco, higher passer rating, which we know, right? We know all that, right?
Mhm.
He's going to praise them. Then he says Brock Purdy, with the same amount of talent, did way better. This is the shot he took than Trey Lance when he was in there. I'm like, oh, that was cold. I thought this was about Brock Purdy. He took another shot at Trey Lance.
Okay, and
He's going to be
Cowherd.
doing that.
Well, the thing about Cowherd is he just, usually he spins things in a Cowherd fashion, but now he's got his information wrong. Brock had more than Trey Lance as far as talent. I mean, just Christian McCaffrey alone. Trey's never played with
He
Christian
wasn't
McCaffrey.
there when Trey Lance was playing, was he?
No.
Right.
So he's got to get that right, number one. And he played 2 games, well, a game in a few minutes, one in a few minutes. Cowherd, Tony, has there any information out there as to the relationship between Cowherd's daughter and Trey? It may have been something to piss Colin off because he
I
could
just knew they
stop
were
talking
dating.
about Trey by now.
Exactly, he should, because I knew they were dating. You know how it is when you're young. Sometimes you date for a while and then you move on.
Yeah.
What it is they were dating for a while. Trey Lance hit the skins a few times, and then he moved on.
And honestly,
that's what it is.
No dad is going to appreciate that, because just like moms with your girlfriend. If she ain't about nothing. Now, how you meet her, Mama? You know what? Could you just wait a minute? You don't even know her that well. I know enough. I see her. You can't. I'm grown. Okay. You know, see, and with the father, it's the same thing. You know, this is my little girl. There is no such thing as a guy worthy of my daughter. So if somehow you do spend any time with her and you mess up, I will nail you to the cross. So it's like that. So Cowherd's pissed.
I heard taking little jabs.
And, he's not going to say he's pissed, but he is.
Yep. And Ronbo, I got some. To me, it's terrible, terrible news. You know how I hate those cheating Patriots, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about that over the weeks. The Hall of Fame announcers for the 2024 class. Big Bob Kraft.
Who?
I'm like, are you kidding me? Bob Kraft. Didn't Bob Kraft get arrested twice in massage parlors being with underage girls, Asian girls?
Oh, you're talking about I just realized Bob Kraft, that's the owner. You know what?
Yes.
See, this is what about the judicial system I do not appreciate, Tony. You know, people say, here you go, talk about America. I'm not talking, I'm specifically talking about how the system works for those who can afford well-versed lawyers and things like that.
Yep.
If you and I went in there and got caught in that, we were in a low-level position with the Patriots, we'd be fried. But Bob comes in there, and at first they sort of made it wash out. And it was like kept low-key for a long time. And I was watching that as it plunged deeper and deeper into, well, we're just going to get over that and let that go. You know, I said, okay, see, Robert Kraft, as you call him, Bobby.
He got arrested twice, Ronbo. He got busted twice in those massage parlors with underage Asian girls. But another candidate for the Hall of Fame is George Hallis's daughter, Virginia McCaskey, who was 100 years old.
Yeah.
So maybe she should get as a contributor. I don't like Bob Kraft. But they're going to put him in because they like him. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. He's one of the good old boys. And also that they achieve what they have. I mean, Kraft was him and his organization were the first one to get to 6 Super Bowls. No, I'm sorry. They've tied the lead with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry. So, you know, when you have that kind of achievement and you're Bob Kraft and you have that kind of clout, of course you have to go to the Hall of Fame. Everybody's going to ask about it years from now, 20, 30, 40 years from now. Hey, didn't Bob Kraft win 6 Super Bowls? Did he win 6 Super Bowls? Yeah, whatever amount of number is big that time. Yeah. Well, why come he's not in here?
Bob Kraft and his team get fined for deflating footballs? Didn't they get fined a second time for filming a team's practice before a playoff game?
I think they were using drones and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't going to talk about that. Ronbo, I got 2 more topics of information for you because I know you got other callers.
Go ahead.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
You know he did not sign his franchise tag tenure of $10.1 million. They said he wants 16, but Saquon says he doesn't want 16.
Yeah, he said he doesn't.
So
he doesn't want to set the mark, a new standard for running back pay. Well, Saquon, what is 16? Is there a running back in the NFL getting 16?
Probably not now. No.
Yeah, he would be setting the mark that he said he wasn't trying to do.
Yeah. So I think they said they offered him 13, but I got to read more on that report because I saw that report today.
That would have put him on.
10.1 at first.
Yeah, that
He
would have
should
put him.
sign that if they offered him 13.
He did, because they're going to get tired of him in a minute. They can't let him walk, though, because that's what he wants.
Mad because they said they went to Daniel Jones and paid him, but they don't want to pay Saquon.
See, that's the problem. They should have played Saquon first. You got one more. Okay, real quick. Can you do about 1 minute?
Yeah, Ron, but you're going to laugh about this one. Guess who's going to be on Hard Knocks? The New York Jets.
Why would they agree to that? Why would they agree to that?
I have no idea. But it's like the Dallas Cowboys of the AFC, the Sideshow and Circus Act, is coming to Hard Knocks.
I would be afraid
Aaron Rodgers made a comment. He said they got railroaded into it. I'm like, oh, here Aaron goes. He's starting.
And you know what he's going to do when the show starts in? I can see Aaron now chewing out one of his players or something, putting his hand in front of the lens and saying, come on, let's go over here and talk. You know how he is. I'm Aaron Rodgers. You guys don't know who you're talking to. Who you messing with? Tony, we got to go. Let me see if Sunday. That's great news.
Yeah, and Don Bird, you're gone. You're ass, Don Bird. And Texas boy, I'm sticking to my guns. The Cowboys will have a 7-10 season. Go look at your schedule. Ronbo, I'll see you Sunday.
You heard what Steve Young said? Cowboys are still running an offense from 2015. This is why they're not going to be a problem.
Ronbo, all joking aside, they better sign Dalvin Cook, man. Because Pollard ain't going to be able to carry that load.
I'll see you Sunday. Night, Tony.
I'll see you Sunday, sir. Take care.
You too. Don't let the Cowboys, don't let them mess up this year. You know, because I have a little respect for the Cowboys, and I do think they're going to compete, and I do think they're going to be tough, and I do think they're going to be in the mix. But I do think the 49ers are just too much for them now, whereas we may have been close before, but now the 49ers have ran off with talent, and Kyle Shanahan ain't allowed to coach anybody in Dallas anyway. So then, you know what? Cowboys, get ready for more heartbreak. It's coming. Hey, let's see if Charles, are you back?
Hey, I'm here, Ron. What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, I was looking for you, man. I got Diamador Lenore on the line as well. He wants to talk to you. Demo!
Let's chat it up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do you believe in him yet? He was asking. I think he had to go, but listen, he's wondering if indeed you have any faith in him going into the 2023 season.
I got faith he's gonna be a second or third string cornerback. That's all the faith I got.
Hey, you know something, Charles? So here's the thing. I'm all jokes aside, Robbie Gould actually did express an interest to come back with the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that? That's not what they were telling us a little bit after the season.
Yeah, I know.
The first thing that we heard was that Robbie Gould was asking for way too much money. And what do we do?
Yeah.
40-year-old ass ain't got no business asking for that much money. Robbie needs to come back for whatever he gets offered. Robbie never did that.
But how much money did he want?
I don't know. The 49ers didn't offer him anything. They wouldn't even discuss it. They had made up their mind as soon as the season ended that they was going in a different direction. I can't get mad at him about that because Robbie, you don't want to wait till you play him all the way out, but don't lie about it. Robbie did too many good things for us. Just say, we're going to give Robbie our goodbyes, and we appreciate everything he's done for us. He's been just a rock for us to lean on. Say something nice about him, y'all. And then go ahead and do what you're going to do. But don't lie.
They lied, man. They lied big time. I was shocked to read that article, but you don't really know what happened. You know, one source says this and one source says that. You don't really know what happened, but he's not here, though. I'm sure the 49ers really.
Robbie didn't ask for all that money last time.
I'm sure the 49ers really wanted him. They could have paid him enough money to keep him. But they saw this rookie, this Michigan rookie.
You better not pass up on
him. They made up their minds a long time ago that they wouldn't, pass him up. So I think that's what really happened.
It's that's okay. I just, Robbie was the kind of guy. As soon as he walked on the field in a big game, I mean that Green Bay game, the snow was falling. It was like a refrigerator. No. It was like a deep freeze out on that field. You ever lived in cold? Charles, you live in cold climate?
Oh yeah.
You know how football feels. Even in California on cold days, the ball picked up weight and size. It felt like a rock was being thrown at you. I cannot imagine. When it came to them cold days like that, even in Cali, we wouldn't even kick the ball because it felt heavy.
Okay.
Because we only had sneakers on. You kick that ball, it's going to hurt your toes. Just throw it up and kick it. I said, man, Robbie we won that game on that field goal. In that weather. So that's why Robbie Gould is not human when it comes to kicking.
Yeah. We should have kept him for one more year. He could have played this year. We could have made it to the Super Bowl this year and made sure he went out with a ring. That's what they should have done.
But then you would have lost.
And he should have went out the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have still drafted Jake Moody and stored him on the practice squad, and we could have done that
You can't put
because
Jake Moody on the. See, you cannot put Jake Moody on the practice squad because
well, I'm
teams
just
would have
saying
loved it.
we could have still drafted him, and we could have figured out a way to keep him. I don't know how, but you can have your cake, you can figure out how to have your cake and eat it too. So I don't know.
Oh, you
I
could.
just know
You're right though. You could put him on the practice squad and activate him every week.
Yeah, you could have done something, but I just believe they should have.
Yes, that would have been
I
working.
believe they should have had him, had him on the roster, uh, signed him, and then had his replacement in place, and then just let him go out with a bang, man. That's what I would have done, but they say business is business, and they go on about their life.
Now Charles,
And you can't
Robbie's
do and you
he
can't
hasn't
do
been
that.
signed yet though. If
Yeah.
things go south, if something happens to Jake, God heaven forbid nothing happens to him, but if something does happen, the 49ers would call Robbie up quicker than you
Oh
could
yeah,
say Robbie.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, how
they
much you
call him
want? You want
quick.
$6 million? They go like, you want $6 million? Oh, here you go. Here you go, $6
The thing
million.
is, it might not be the beginning of the season. Now, if it's a half a season, Robbie probably coming and talking, no, you guys, listen, I don't mind coming in, but I'm going to need at least 1 year contract.
Oh
Year and a
yeah,
half.
oh yeah,
This is yeah. So the 49ers would probably have to yield. Because if we're on a Super Bowl run,
yeah.
we can't go get another kid that doesn't have that kind of heart.
Yeah, this Gonzalez, the Gonzalez kid, the other kicker we have,
Zane, I forgot we got him
he's
too. I forgot
yeah,
about
Zane
him.
Gonzalez. Yeah. He's he can't kick as far as as Moody can kick, but they said he's a pretty good kicker, but
No, he's not trash.
we'll see.
His problem has been staying on the
he's
field.
always
I understand
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why do kickers get
yeah.
injured? What do you do
I
when you
don't
get
know.
injured?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. How do you get injured that much when you miss, you miss half the season with an injury? That's never happened. What kicker does that? I don't get that.
You're supposed to, your flexibility, kinesiology should be your middle name. You should
Yeah, I
be
know that
flexibility
you should be doing that. You should be
to be a
doing that in the
kicker.
off season. Just
Yeah. No, during the season. That's all you do. Everybody else is working out on that
Yeah.
field. You're over here keeping loose, keeping stretched, keeping flexible. Your job depends on your flexibility. Kickers could kick, and that leg is straight, toe up, coming all the way, and his knee damn near hitting his head. Now, in order to do that, and having studied martial art, boy, you got to stretch. And I'm not talking basic stretches. You got to get down, and I mean serious stretch when you're, you're screaming and trying to counting to 10, 6, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, relax, 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, get up, hurts, So
Hey,
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm gonna change the conversation a little bit. I cannot wait to see D Winters, consistently getting to the backfield, stopping the run, or rushing the passer. I can't wait to see Jaya Brown playing mind games with the quarterback, and intercepting balls.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see
Playing off in about 10, 15
play,
feet.
and
Yeah.
man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to see Luter, catching 4 to 6 interceptions a year. Man, I'm telling you, I cannot wait.
You didn't mention my boy Demo.
Yeah, well, I want to see him on the sidelines cheering Luter on. That's what I want to see him. I just holding that clipboard, warming the bench up. That's what I want to see him do.
Tebow,
But
Tebow,
I really can't wait to see, these rookies come out and establish themselves and, get some good, man, these rookies are going to be really, really good. I really can't wait. I can't, Cope and Kevitz, I can't wait for him to see. I can't wait for him to see.
That's the mystery.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna come out and establish. They did that on purpose. Yeah. They orchestrated his career the way they did, to make sure that he comes in at this particular year, at this particular time, at the salary that he's making, to make sure they they're not overpaying for that position. So
No, ideally, that's what you want to
I
do. You don't
believe
want to
they.
go out and get some high-priced guy. Let McKivitz. McKivitz is just now coming out of his rookie salary, I think.
Yeah,
He's got another year or
yeah.
so.
I think that teams are not gonna really know what to expect from the 49ers. We have so much more depth at every position. Maybe
Shanahan is still
other
teaching.
than cornerback.
Yeah.
Other than cornerback, but it's really going to be
We got
a really
cornerback
good
depth.
year, man.
We got plenty of cornerbacks.
We don't have really good cornerback depth.
Well, we got.
It's definitely our.
You know?
Yeah, it's definitely
We
our
got a couple of
weakest.
guys we don't know nothing about. You know, Charles, you might be surprised about that kid from Texas. Also,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking for Ambry
I can't
Thomas
wait
to
to see
snap
him
out of
play.
it this year. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah, so
Yeah, I hope he does I hope he really shows up and play. I hope he challenges Lenore for the starting cornerback position. But
the coach we got now, that DC, that's his forte. That's his specialty, the secondary people. So they're getting a first-hand education right now on what they're doing wrong. So I'm looking for.
But I hope,
all
man,
of them to come out
I really hope this. I really hope this kid Isaiah Winstead, man. I hope this kid is as good
that
as
receiver?
his.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I hope this kid. He's 6'4".
Yeah.
Man, I hope he's as good as his tape looked on. I mean, the guy was extra quick. He was quick. He was really good. Man, I'm like, I hope he goes. I hope he takes that mentality and shows up in practice.
You have a chance. You have a chance to smile because the thing is,
man,
as good as Jawan was, his drop rate was something that was probably.
Oh yeah.
We need somebody to be really reliable at that position because the fact is, the blue chippers are already doing their job. But if we got that extra guy over here that's still causing damage, there's no force on earth that can stop the 49ers. If Winstead, with his skills and his size, can get it done, he cannot drop the ball because we already got a guy that does that at a rate that's, it's the worst on the team. If you can do that, you can get that job. Now, I don't know about Ray and Danny. I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. But everybody, those names of all I just mentioned, including Winstead, all of those guys are not making the team. There's going to be one or two.
Yeah,
but
I know.
You still got the kid from we got another wide receiver. Is his name Beal? I keep getting a guy from the edge rusher. The wide receiver's name is Beal.
Bill is the edge rusher.
He's the edge rusher.
No. Bill is the edge rusher, yeah.
Okay, what's the other kid?
From Georgia.
The wide receiver. Is his name Big?
We got Isaiah Winstead. And I don't know any other.
I'm talking about, he's very
Oh,
good.
no, you're talking about the kid from Michigan.
Yeah, what's his
Bell.
name?
His name is Bell. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that he's
But he's a miniature. He's a miniature Jennings. He's a miniature version of Jennings. He's not that fast, and he's only 6 foot tall.
So yeah. So I guess he probably will have a tough time making the team. So well, anyway, Charles.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, but I can't wait, man. The competition between Deep Winters and Jalen Graham, man, it's gonna be nice. I cannot wait to see, man. This is gonna be. All right. Well, I love you, Ronbo.
We got 11. I love you back, fam. We got 11 days ago. That's less than 2 weeks, Charles. We'll be watching this action unfold. All right.
Oh
fam.
yeah, man. I can't wait. All right. Love you, Ronbo. Have a good night.
Hey, back at you, fam. I'll see you Sunday. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Man, Charles, we both love Demo. Night, Charles.
All right.
And I see the Big Show says we had to let Robbie go for Hargraves. And Show, you maybe have something there because they were probably adding the money up and they're trying to figure out where they could cut fat. There's been a couple other guys we let go too, so he may have been a part of that. Especially when they had minds of, they saw who they saw. Moody was in the draft available. I guess they knew what they were doing as far as picking him. We picked him up in the third round, fourth round, right? Forgot what round. But anyway, That was a risk. Just shut. Then again, it wasn't a risk because Robbie would have still been available. That was the plan. If we can't get Moody, we'll go talk to Robbie. He doesn't need. Oh. Deshaun, what's up? Our Super Bowl run may be closing after this. No, Deshaun, no. We got guys in there. Hey, no, Deshaun, we still got the windows open. I say for a minimum of 2 more years beyond this season. Kittle's expires. Debo's getting re-signed. We're going to sign Ayuk. The 49ers formula is sound. B-listers, you let them walk. A-listers, we sign. Your B-listers, you replace. There's a lot of B-listers on this team. There's only a few A-listers. That core is going to remain intact with the way they're doing things. Now, we're going to have our feelings hurt on a few players that are on that B-list. But Fred, I mean, you could go down. You know who the A-listers are. They're not going anywhere. So I feel pretty confident about that. That window's not closing. Dude, I need to.
Cardinals, y'all irrelevant. Rams, y'all some bums. Seahawks haven't won a ring in 10 years and counting. Rombo, damn it, I know that can be fun.
Oh, no. I'm talking crying towels all
Rombo,
day.
what's the word, man? What's the word?
Yeah, we talk about the Super Bowl like we got it right to. And we look around at the NFC West like you just named and realize there's nothing to stop the 49ers there. And then we looked around the entire league and said, well, you know what? I don't want to look through the world through red and gold glasses, but damn, the Eagles can't do it. We took away from them what they lost is too much.
Yeah. The Eagles, they had their chance. Jalen Hurts got paid. I mean, Rombo, can you think of another Eagles quarterback in recent history that had an MVP-like season and got paid and then fell off afterwards? Pretty sure his name was Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Oh, Carson is a classic example.
Hey, Eagles fans, I hope y'all think y'all confident. Cause I mean, hey, boy, Carson Wentz was
feeding
looking
their egos,
real
though.
good.
The media. The media's got them ranked as the biggest contender. It's East Coast.
Boy, Rombo, the fact that we are really seriously saying that Jalen Hurts after one good season. Rombo, I saw a power ranking today.
I ain't even scared.
I
ain't even scared. I'm like Debo. I got respect for Darius Slay.
They had Russ at 10.
Russell Wilson?
Darius Slay?
No, I'm just talking about the Eagles.
Russell, they said Jalen Hurts was better than Russell Wilson.
Well, compared to last year, he was.
Compared to last year, I mean, if we're going off 1 year, but come on now,
yeah. Not overall.
We compared a Hall of Fame quarterback to a 1 year, a 1 year guy.
You got my agreement.
That ain't even.
I mean, Russell Wilson scared me every time we played him, Jalen. I ain't gonna lie. Jane D, don't take it too serious. But every time we played the Hawks, I wasn't worried about anybody more than I was Russell Wilson.
I'm gonna give the man his props. He's a Hall of Famer at the end of the day. He a winner. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna give him his props.
We'd have that game wrapped up, and he'd find a way to pull that out.
Yeah. I mean, guys like that, Rombo, you can't contain them all. Yeah, guys like that, they bound to make a play.
So,
but I mean,
run up the middle for 30 yards. We'd fall for the same trick.
Yep, he'd run up the middle for like 20 yards. They'd either kick a field goal or get in touchdown range.
I used to get mad at the 49ers, not Russ. Not as you fall for that every time we play. Russ sits there and hypnotizes you. You all rush past him, and he said, well, they did it again, and I'm gone. And he gets out for 30 yards. Oh, man.
I can tell you one thing that's about
30 bad words within 5 seconds. God.
Russ is finna get all them ass kickings that Russ gave us. You best believe that Patrick Mahomes is finna give him those because the Broncos have been getting their ass beat by the Chiefs for I don't know how long. So that's Patrick's division. Like, it don't matter. That's his division. Yeah, that's nothing they can do. They're not gonna be able to beat him.
And Jalen, you mentioned that he owns that division just like Russ used to own NFC. Well, no, wait a minute. The Rams used to actually deal with Russ.
Hang on now. Rombo, Who did Russ have to compete with?
As far as what?
Exactly.
The division?
Exactly. Yes, in the division. The division wasn't all that.
Wait,
the division was not. As soon
Jalen.
as the division got good, Russell Wilson hightailed it out of here.
But you know what? Even when the Rams, Russell Wilson would still have trouble with the Rams for some reason because they couldn't block Aaron Donald. I mean, I seen him. Aaron was on the ground. You could see Russell being hurled through the air as he's throwing him to the dirt. And I used to get a kick out of that because Russell used to get on my nerves. I didn't have no feeling one way or another about the Rams because I said we can beat the Rams anytime we want to. I don't care about that. But why do they keep beating Russie and his Hawks? I don't understand.
Yeah, I never understood.
It's a matchup problem. You know?
Yeah. Because I think the Cardinals, I'm pretty sure they usually split with the Hawks and Rams too.
Yeah.
Or they usually split with the Rams. Not the Rams, the Hawks for sure. They always split with them. I don't know how they do that. The Cardinals always get one game against like the number one team.
Yeah.
It's like how they do that. At one point, I ain't gonna lie, Ronbo, they was beating us pretty bad a couple of years in a row. They was beating us.
Matchups. We can't handle that kind of running quarterback. Defoe made it best, man. You run around trying to chase. It's like chasing a squirrel.
Yeah.
Because you're 6'7", man. You know, we need somebody smaller to come down there with him and keep up with that speed. You know?
Yeah. Ronbo, what you been hearing about that linebacker that we got? He went to the same school as that safety. What's his name? He went like a 4.5.
Oh, I know you're talking about. The dude is as fast as Dre, and he reminds me of Dre.
He a big guy.
I know you're talking about. Fam, what's his name?
Winner.
Oh, you talking about
Winner.
Oh, you talking about the taller guy? Is that D Winters?
I think so. He the same linebacker that went to. What's that safety that we drafted in the
Jair.
third round? Yeah,
Jair.
he went to the same school as him. I think it is D Winner.
Penn State. And you know what? See, the 49ers, they're looking at what they got that's good, and they go back and try to get something like that. I love the 49ers thinking.
Yeah. Oh. Ronbo, this is what we need to. This is our formula, Ronbo. Man, look, this is what we need to do. We need to start back rebuilding that defensive line. As soon as we get first round picks again, Ronbo, we need to rebuild that defensive line in the first round. In the second round, we need to go for a wide receiver. In the third round, we need to look for a corner or some type of defensive player. But some kind of way we got off of our draft philosophy. Like we always used to draft our defensive lineman and a wide receiver in the second round.
Yeah.
And we stopped doing that.
Yeah. Well,
we did that with Pettis. We did it with Debo. We did it with Pettis, Debo. I know we did it with we drafted Brandon in the first round, so we've always drafted a receiver early. I don't know why we stopped doing that. Instead of running backs, why did we start doing running backs early? It was always wide receivers.
We didn't have no draft pick. You know, the thing is, well, that year it was strange, but we didn't have any early round draft picks for the last 2 years, right? So that let's see what they do this year because they got all their picks.
What do you think?
What
do you think we will go for right now, Ronbo? What do you think? Our
offensive lineman all day. You know, because Trent Williams ain't getting no younger.
Yeah,
we
you're
need
right.
A left tackle. Oh my God, get one in the first round, and he better be the best one out there. I mean, I want Quentin Nelson type of material if it's available. Big Show, you know about that. Who's the tackle to go after this year? And they might have to trade up to get him too. I don't even care if they do.
Ron, but do you think the Cardinals are really gonna try to get Caleb Williams and they gonna really like Kyler Murray's out of Arizona?
Dead cap. You know what the Cardinals don't care about dead cap.
People are laughing, but if Kyler Murray gets to the right team, dude, they gonna be a problem. He's one of the only quarterbacks that can run around our defense and make these guys look like average dudes.
Where do you think he'd go? Because you're right.
He could go to imagine him on Minnesota, Rombo, with Justin Jefferson.
And and his arm. Kyler Murray can throw that ball.
He got an arm.
He ain't just fast. He's like he could be Mahomes light. He really could be.
He got an arm on him, Ronbo. Like he for real got an arm on him.
Little as he
is,
is,
and it's spiral every time.
It's tight.
Cause he played baseball. Yep. Boy,
baseball
if he wasn't 5'10", Ronbo, boy. See, that's my thing about Bryce Young, Ronbo. If Kyler's around here getting banged up, I know he ain't. I know Bryce Young isn't the athlete Kyler Murray is. So I don't know how Bryce Young.
I give him 6 weeks.
Survive.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah,
because he can't run like
Cam
like
Jordan gonna get his arms on him. That defensive lineman from the Saints, he gonna get his arms on that boy. Or Grady Jarrett, my boy Grady Jarrett from the Falcons. Cause my dad, he a Falcons fan. If Grady Jarrett get his hands on that boy, boy,
no. That's not gonna be pretty.
Imagine, Ronbo, you 300 pounds. That boy maybe 195 soaking wet. He gonna get hurt, blindsided, boy.
And they're not gonna mind getting penalized. That if it fell on top, illegal fall on top of the quarterback.
Yeah, he a rook. They gonna let that rook get them hits. Cause Joe Burrow got beat up on his rookie. He's still getting beat up on.
I know his offensive line. They've never given Joe Burrow an offensive line, even after an ACL tear.
See, that's the thing. Why I don't always be giving people credit when they say we don't have a good offensive line. Because I'll be like, man, look at Joe Burrow. He out there, he get his ass kicked and still get the job done. But I mean, I guess certain quarterbacks are able to perform, differently under pressure.
Well, you got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that is true.
That does help.
But
you know what, though? I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see. This Carolina Panthers situation is funny. Everybody's going to be watching that for a minute because they could have made some other choices, and they took who they took. And, man... Ooh, that boy.
They could have. Yeah, they should have took C.J. Stroud. I would have took C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson was this year's Trey Lance, Ronbo. Anthony Richardson had no business being a first-round pick. Yeah, the only reason why he's not going to get labeled a bust is because nobody's expecting nothing from the Colts. So he's going to be able to grow with that team. Trey Lance... Brother, you had to come in and be a Super Bowl, a top 10 quarterback, and you didn't. Brock Purdy did, though. But, as soon as Brock armed heal up,
Trevor Lawrence, same thing. When you come in with a team that's fledgling and trying to grow up, it's okay. But you can't come into a team that's already ready to go and insert a raw quarterback. That's always going to be a problem. The vets were complaining almost immediately. So, this is like, what's his name?
And then they look at Brock. And then they look at Brock. What were you saying, Ronbo?
What's that Panthers quarterback name?
Cam or Brock or Bryce Young?
Bryce. Bryce. Yeah, Bryce. No, Bryce Young. I don't know what the Panthers were thinking. I'd have another veteran in there to bring him along. I really think he's going to get seriously hurt.
Yeah. They need to fix that. Make sure that line are good, or they got to make sure they got a good running game, so he don't have to be dropping back, throwing the ball 30 times. He don't need to be throwing the ball 40 times a game, 30 times, 50 times a game, 25 at most.
He's got Debo
That ain't
Light.
enough, Ronbo. That ain't enough.
Don't they have a couple of wide receivers? They don't have any wide receivers.
DJ Moore is gone now. They don't have anybody. They don't have anybody. Christian McCaffrey's gone. That team is gutted like a fish on offense. Defense, they got a solid defense, Ronbo. I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
They got that safety. They got J.C. Horn. They got a solid safety. They got a solid defense.
I know. I told everybody about that before that game started. That week we played. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Don't take the Panthers too light. You know what? That defense. I was watching them the other day because I'd watch every team play before the week before. Man, the Panthers, man. I didn't know about this. That defense is serious. It was, too. You seen what they did last 6 games. They finally mustered up enough offense to give that defense some help, and they beat everybody's ass coming down that stretch. Whoa! So, you know what? I don't know. We'll see what Bryce looks like. I'm wishing well. I'm more concerned about his safety. Jalen, see if you can fix that. We gotta have you say goodbye like Jalen does. Mr. Block Eye says we stack, no question. It's about gelling and health. It's always that Mr.
What's up,
Block
Ronbo?
Eyes.
I accidentally muted myself. Well, how much time I got left?
Well, we're getting ready to say goodbye now, but I said, Jalen, you got to come back and give that exit that I love so much.
Bro, because it don't matter who we got at quarterback. We still the kings of the West. Kyler and his 2-inch knee need a 2-year rest. And Gene D and Rudy can keep on crying because the San Francisco 49ers going to be the best. Let's not forget, y'all.
Yeah.
Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. This was his first game of his career.
Yeah.
Balls ain't even dropped. Wet behind the ear. Breath smelling like molasses. Probably still got some Playboy magazines underneath his dresser.
Yep.
Beat the Raiders on national TV. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, it was a wonderful world.
There were people even not only in Upper Mongolia, but Lower Mongolia as well.
Oh, yeah. Zeus saw it on Olympus. Zeus and Poseidon was watching this game. Rombo, the Atlanteans saw this game. Wakanda.
In the halls of Valhalla. They were watching and laughing.
Clark Kent wrote about it on the Daily Planet.
I love, there's only one thing I like clowning more than the Raiders. It's clowning the Rams. I tell you what, for the next few years, as a matter of fact, Rudy's still talking about a 2-year situation. He's still talking about, and still smoking that same nasty cigar. You can see the mold on it and everything. Rudy's still putting that cigar in his mouth from the year before last.
But when was the last time the Rams? Hey, wait, I'm gonna get.
Janet, I'm gonna see you. Oh, we already did this. Janet, production got tired of us. We're gonna go. Mr. Blockhouse, thoughts on Kinlaw. What should we do with him? It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Kinlaw because here's the reason. They're not going to pick up his 5th-year option. There's only one thing left. They're going to let him walk. Unless he shows up and shows out this year, and then somebody else is going to get cut, and he stays, and they pick up his 5th-year option. Although, he's got to come in for a good showing this year because the 49ers have already put in 4 years at the end of this season waiting for him to surface. So he's got to come up with something this year. I'm rooting for him because he's that rags to riches story, He's got to be able to do this. He looks determined. He's doing everything he can. That knee was reconstructed last year before. Yeah, so it takes a couple of years, and he's had that now to get better. So Kinlaw, I just think I'm hoping he does better. He's not under a lot of pressure. Hargrave will be in there for where he would be, and he's going to come in and spell Hargrave, but he's not going to have a lot of opportunities, which means, boy, he's got to really come in and make a statement on every play. We'll find out. Man, Javon Hargrave. I like him. What a specimen. He's got to be able to come through this year. Anyway, wish him well. Fam, I'm going to tell you what, we're going to go. And I'll see you Sunday. Please subscribe. Hit the like. I like likes. And I can't wait to see you Sunday. A great weekend between now and then, fam.